Hello students, this is Computer Network Lab for 6th Sem, experiment number 5 in part B. Before going for that experiment, let us have a brief introduction about the protocol, because that experiment deals about two different protocols. I hope you may be knowing about a few topics in a CN subject, but we'll brief it out. So what is protocol means? It is a set of rules which is needed for the computer network to follow the transmission of the packets. So normally it is a software design, or it may be a pseudocode. So basically it is a pseudocode. So here you have this. The protocols are normally implemented by software using one of the common programming language. So in any programming language, and usually it concentrate on only the procedure, so how to follow. And network protocol is established as set of rules determine how data is transmitted. So that means how data has to be transmitted between two layers or between two systems or whatever it may be. So it has to patch up the difference between that before sending the data. So we have classification of protocols. Major classification is noiseless channels and noisy channels. In the noiseless channels you have simplest protocol and stop and wait protocol. And according to your syllabus you have noisy channels, that is stop and wait ARQ, go back to an ARQ. Selective repeat ARQ is not in your syllabus. What is ARQ means? Automatic repeat request. First let us go through the noisy protocols, simplest protocols. Usually it is easy to understand if you have a flow diagrams. Basically 3 points are important here. In the noisy protocol, as it is simple protocol, you'll be having sending node, you'll be having receiving node. Usually the packets will be sent from sending node to receiving node, and it doesn't sense any acknowledgement or there is no data in a reverse direction. For that purpose, the first point is unidirectional, and there is no flow control. What is meaning of flow control means, for example, assume that this frame is last means it doesn't give any intimation back to the sending node, and it doesn't give information and no error control. That means there is no probability that to retransmit frame, there is no possibility. So just it will send the frame, so without getting any acknowledgement. You can compare it to courier service, so you'll be having acknowledgement as a signature, but here so you delivered it and you never took any acknowledgement. Then we have second noisy channel, stop and wait protocol. So here what we'll do, we have bidirectional. That means the data frame will be sending from sending node to receiving side, and depending on the same thing, so an acknowledgement is sent in a reverse direction within certain time limit, right? So that is bidirectional, and you'll be having flow control also, and here also there is no error control. For example, the frame is last means the frame is recent, right? The frame will be recent. For example, acknowledgement last means the acknowledgement will be recent. Still there is no detection of anything, and there is nothing like that to determine the datas here. For that purpose it is a stop and wait protocol. According to your syllabus you have stop and wait protocol ARQ, that is automatic repeat request. Here we have a simple flow diagram. So what will be the frame number, so what will be the acknowledged number, so like that you need to denote it. So the first point is the sender sends the packet and waits for the acknowledgement. That means whenever the sender sends the frame, he needs to wait until he receives the acknowledgement within a particular amount of time. Then once acknowledgement reaches the sender, for example, assume that your acknowledgement reaches the sender, it has to retransmit the next frame or next packet. Then if the acknowledgement is not received, it has to retransmit previous packet again. For example, acknowledgement is last means you need to retransmit the frame. So here you can observe the frame 0 is sent here. Then the next frame to be sent is represented in the receiver, it is 1. The first frame number is 0. Then the acknowledgement number will be next frame number, that means acknowledgement number 1. So again it is sent back within the timer. The timer starts during the transmission and stops after the arrival. Then there are only two possibilities here. Either frame may be last. For example, frame is last means the frame 1. Again it will resend. Now the next frame to be received is 0 means your acknowledgement number is 0. Right. So one possibility frame may be last. The second possibility the acknowledgement may be last. See here. So this acknowledgement is last. Again you need to resend the frame and again acknowledgement is received. So like that only there are three possibilities: safe receive of frame and acknowledgement, or frame may be last, or acknowledgement may be last. It is about stop and wait ARQ. To write a program, you must remember what may be the acknowledgement number, what may be the sequence number, like that. So here you'll be getting simple error control mechanism here in stop and wait ARQ. In the previous noiseless channel you don't have any error control, but here you are getting error control. To detect the corrected frames, that means how to detect the corrected frames, you need some redundant in numbers, and afterwards the frame, so you need to just observe the frame receive rate also, and you need to detect the protocols you need to detect the errors. After error detection, so in a stop and ARQ is done, keeping the copy of frame. That means every time you need to send the frame twice. So if any error exists, whether it may be acknowledgement last or whether it may be frame last, so the next option what is there means you need to just resend the frame. So next, so to write a program you need to just understand so what may be the frame number, why we need to use only frame 0 and 1. So let us assume that we have used the sequence number x. So let x be the any number. We need to just go through x plus 1 after that. That means next frame to be sent. And there is no x plus 2. So you need to prove that you don't need any x plus 2 number. You need only x and x plus 1. For that you can have three things happen whenever you are transmitting. The frame safe arrival. As I said, the frame may be safe arrival. If you send the next frame number will be what? X plus 1, because you started with the first frame x. Then the second point, the frame arrives safe, but at the receiver the acknowledgement is lost. What happens if the acknowledgement is lost means, for example, assume that the sender has sent x, because it doesn't have any duplicate, again it has to send the next frame. The receiver can recognize it, that is it is expecting x plus 1. That means so you send x and afterward it is expecting x plus 1. Here also you can use only x number and x plus 1 within a timer. Then let us assume that the frame itself is corrupted, that means frame last. At that time what you will do, the frame last means you will be starting with the first one means again the frame number is what? X. At every three options your frame options or frame number will be only x and x plus 1. So that means you will be having two number. So first we'll decide the first number itself as what? 0, and the next one as 1. So where we'll get this type of number system is in the binary, that means modulo 2 arithmetic. See, for that purpose in stop and wait ARQ we'll go for the sequence numbers, and the sequence numbers are based on what? Modulo 2 arithmetic. And in stop and wait ARQ what may be the acknowledgement number? Again the acknowledgement number will be modulo 2 arithmetic numbers. Next, in the same we have second one, that is go back to N protocol. The problem with the stop and wait protocol is you can send only one frame at a time and only one frame is received. So it doesn't happen if you have multiple frames. To send multiple frames will be going back for go back to N. Sometimes it is called sliding window protocol. So here the sender sends N packet, that means there will be a bunch of packets which will be choose depending on the window size. Entire window will be sent. So if you get any error in single frame, and you'll be having only one acknowledgement which will be sent if one frame is received. For example, 2-3 frames are received means you'll be getting cumulative acknowledgement. That means 2 to 3 acknowledgement at a time, but the receiver number will be only one. That means order of the packet will be only one. So it depends on how you decide the window packets and how you decide the sending number of the packets. So this is the flow diagram of your go back to N protocol. SF is the first frame, SN is the next frame to be sent. So you have the frame window size. For example, here the frame window size is given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is the window size. So it started from this number. So here at this stage 0th frame is received, right? So you need to expect the second one, the first one, that is acknowledgement number is 1. Again the window will be moved one by one. Now the first frame is 1, your frame number is 1. So again your acknowledgement is expected for the second one, acknowledgement 2, but what happens, acknowledgement is last. What it will do means, so first it will send the second frame, because no need to resend the frame 1 because your acknowledgement 2 is last. So again acknowledgement 3, that means the next frame. See, between these two your acknowledgement 2 may be received between these two numbers. So like that, so it will be moving one window by one window, that means one panel by one panel, until unless it will continue up to the end of the last number, that means up to this number. The same thing is given here. So to improve the efficiency of the transmission, you have multiple frames which should be sent, and whenever you are sending, so again you will be having modulo 2, that means modulo 2 arithmetic, where M is a sequence number. And here in the sending window size, so what is sending window size means, it is 2m minus 1, because if you have maximum size, your window size should be lesser compared to the maximum size of the window. We have 3 values, that is first frame, next frame, the size of the window. Then the receiver window will be having only 1, that means its size is only 1 window size. And in go back to 1, the size of send window must be less than R, that means less than the receiver window. The size of the receiver window is always 1, that means it is expecting only 1. Now we have a program. So a C program is written for stop and wait protocol. You need 3 header files, stdio.h, conio.h and lib.h. We have certain initialization, that means for loops we have ij, number of frames. So for modulo arithmetic we have x, and x1 is initialized to 0, and we have x2 also. First we'll decide we are sending number of frames is equal to 5, initialize I and j1. Now as we have decided we are sending number of frames is equal to 5, print the same thing. And when we are writing while loop, whenever there is no frames, that is number of frames is greater than 0, that means you need to send frame, means it has to go inside the loop. First it will print the number of the frame, first frame. We have srand expression, so where it will be giving the returning value. So having returning value which will be waiting for particular amount of time. For that purpose we will be going for srand and rand expression. And here x modulo 2 is done. Why we have x modulo 2 means, so because stop and wait has only 3 options, we will be using sequence number modulo 2 arithmetic, for that it is x mod 2. And the options is also simple. Here x2 start with 2 and it has to stop at 2. For that purpose x2 is less than 3, x2 plus plus. Then so it will be waiting for only 2 seconds. So sleep x2 means it will be waiting for only 2 seconds before printing the acknowledgement. Then if you won't get the acknowledgement within the timer, it has to resend the frame. Then afterwards again give certain delay. For that giving delay we have srand and rand expression. And afterwards, so if everything is completed means print the acknowledgement of a particular frame. If you have printed the first acknowledgement, then reduce the number of the frame with number of frames minus 1. Then increment your looping. If everything is over, come out of that for loop and if condition loop. So print end of a stop and wait protocol. So this is the experimental result of the frame number 5. So you can observe here the frame number is printed here 5. For the first frame it waited 2 seconds. Then if you won't get acknowledgement, resending frame, then acknowledgement 1, you got acknowledgement 1. For 2 also it is waited and it got acknowledgement 2. For 3, 4 and 5, so continuously it is getting acknowledgement within a timer. And afterwards, after sending all the frames, it printed end of stop and wait protocol. Similarly, we have stop and wait protocol where we have again the 3 libraries. So here you need to decide the window size. We have decided that the window size is 8. So because the window size should be greater and the number of frames is given here. So here, so what we'll do, so we'll initialize the temporary values and we'll print number of frames, and the same thing is carried out for more number of frames. We'll have a condition where you need to compare the window size. So the window size should be lesser, so where it is compared with the temporary values, and continuously one after the other your values will be printed. So the first frame will be sent, but the difference between stop and wait and go back to NS, so here you are going to get cumulative acknowledgement. That means one by one acknowledgement will be get, so before sending the next frame. For that you have 3 temporary values, temp 1, 2, 3, then again the fourth one. So now we are checking whether the number of frames are greater. If the number of frames are greater means again take the number of frames, then print acknowledgement number. That means you have got acknowledgement from such frame to such frame. That means 1 to 3, 1 to 3 or 2 to 3 acknowledgement. Then afterwards you need to decrement, that is more number of, because if you got for acknowledgement from 1 to 3 means again you need to start sending from 4th frame, like that. If your window size is lesser means again you initialize the window size. If everything is correct, so then you need to print end of the window, that is sliding window protocol. These are the functions used. So because you have separate functions to call rand functions, so int I, and we have a for loop which will be giving certain delay for your function and which will return the temporary value. That means temporary value for your function. Then for simulation, so we have one function where you'll be simulating the window size. That means the window has to move one by one. For that purpose you have this program which will return the window size to your main program. And this is the result of the sliding window protocol where we have decided that number of the frames is 6. You can just go through this. 2 frames are sent, but acknowledgement frame is up to only 0. Still we have not got acknowledgement. Again send the frame 1. Acknowledgement is not got. Again we are sending it. Now at this stage we got acknowledgement up to 1. So that means now we are sending 2, 3, 4, 5. Again acknowledgement is got up to 3. See, so we stopped at 3 and we started descending from 4th. We got acknowledgement up to 3, so still it is up to 3. Again start sending 4, 5. Now we are getting 5 and 6. Then it is the last acknowledgement, we got 6. So now it is end of the protocol. So like this you need to trace the program. In your program itself you can change the number of the frames. So see here, you can change number of frames, you can fix the window size, whatever it is, depending on that same thing. So you need to trace the program. So this is about the 5th experiment in the CN lab. Thank you.